Good morning, guys. It's December 16th, finally, which means it's the results time for the competition. And basically, the winner is going to get this guy. Well, technically not this guy. I'm going to have him all boxed up, brand new, so you guys can do whatever you want with it. Just a big thank you to all the subscribers, big thank you to all the people that have entered. I know a couple of the questions I had asked for turned out to be a lot more difficult than I actually anticipated. But again, big thank you to everyone who showed interest, who entered, people who subscribed. I know there's a couple of you guys that said you wanted to enter and they asked a couple of questions and then just never ended up happening in the end. So, but anyway, thanks for showing interest in this whole competition thing as well. Just before we go through the prize and the winners and all that stuff, just wanted to have a quick run through of the answers for anyone who's interested. Which video did I apologize for the changing of the audio levels? This was basically my first goodie bag video. Second question was, which video did I forget to build a shoulder? This was a build video, and it's basically for the Gunbuster, which is a Kotobukiya kit. Question 3 rather, which video did I mention that the parts or runners did not have any numbers? This was the unboxing of Raijin. In which video did I show how to do masking? This is Raijin work in progress video. The next question was actually a little bit interesting. I had a few answers for this. Basically, I asked which video did I show a beam sword, which I've never done before. And I accepted a couple of answers. I mean, it's basically the 1.5 Gundam, or the Nobel Gundam review, or the Shining Gundam. So, I mentioned about the beam sword in all 3 of the videos, so yeah, I accept all of them, no worries. Question 6 actually turned out to be the most hardest one. A lot of people had issues with this one. When I was thinking about this, I was like, okay, it's not that bad, but now that I think about it, it was actually pretty difficult. It's basically, I asked, which video did I do a size comparison of with animated Bumblebee? A lot of people said it was the custom paint video for the Dark DMK02 Bumblebee, which is not true. That one I did the size comparison with the movie version. The animated Bumblebee was Energon Strongarm. This is the review. Now what made it really difficult was that it wasn't the normal Bumblebee, it was the Elite Guard. So instead of the yellow and the black color scheme, it had the gold and black color scheme. Also, to make matters worse, it was in car mode and not robot mode. So it was harder to spot. But, good on the people that actually got it first time around, and anyone else who needed help. I hope my hints helped you guys out. And, well, next time I'll make it a little bit simpler than that one. And finally, what is the cheapest model kit that I've built and reviewed in one video? This was the do-it-yourself racing car, and I also accepted Raijin because I've mentioned this in both kind of things. Finally, we had basically 10 entries. So thank you to all these guys. Thank you very, very much for entering, and I wish you guys luck. I wanted to actually do this whole thing on camera, so just to make it fair. I know I said if I got multiple correct entries, then I would do kind of, pull it out of a hat type of thing. I don't have a hat. But what I do have is this. So this thing should be pretty good. Now, what I've done is I've actually written the names of all the entries out on these little chits. And what I'm going to do is basically take them off, turn my turn, show you so that it's a proper name. Sorry. Fold it up. Nice and easy, just like that. And it goes into the pot. So we can just do that with all the different guys just to make sure everything's okay. Let me show you the names as well. Just to make sure that that I do actually have separate entries and I'm not written multiple names in on the different things. I'm a pretty good guy anyway. I'm never going to do that, but just to be on the safe side, make sure there's no questions or anything. Everything's done. Everything's fair. So good luck to all you guys. I hope one of you gets to be happy with this guy. I know it's December 16th. We are close to Christmas, so I'm hoping that this thing is going to be an early Christmas present for you guys. Just for the winner, whenever you do send me your details, please make sure you give me your address. And also, if possible, give me a number that I can reach you at, because I know normally if I ever courier something across to anyone, they normally say please also give us a telephone number so that we can contact the guy in case we can't reach him. So if you can, please make sure you private message me this, so just in case your address and your telephone number doesn't get published to the public, and then people start getting crank calls and junk mail and all that sort of stuff. So private message me, and I promise it'll not go further than me. Also, want to take a little bit of time to thank everyone who it gave me the color schemes for painting this guy, because basically I haven't touched this guy. He's exactly as he is right out of the box. And what I wanted to do was just kind of do this video first and talk a little bit about the color schemes that everyone has entered. And we got a couple of really nice ones as well. I mean, there were a few that I thought were, you know, just a little iffy. I didn't know if I could pull it off, but there's a couple that really caught my eye, and I'll show them out to you. Let me just quickly get this thing done. And you know, the trouble is that I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. There's a couple of them that are really nice. The two schemes which I think were the most popular were to do some kind of a winter or a you know, ice-based color scheme. So there's a lot of blues, whites, and grays. And the second one was the camouflage. Okay, so basically we have all 10 entries that are in here. Let me just put this here for a second. Let me just show you. I actually wanted to thank you guys for sending this in, because I was actually expecting people to just kind of write it out, you know, just saying, okay, change the red for the yellow and put the yellow gold instead of the normal yellow, you know, things like that. But people actually went through a lot of effort to do this. I mean, if you think about it, look at this. This guy has actually drawn the whole thing out. So thank you very much, Mr. Death Turtle. It's very nice. Basically, he had an idea that I could change this into some kind of a Spartan color scheme. And then we had this guy, Mr. Timber New Type. He basically said, you know, do some kind of a desert scheme. There's a couple of the older models, so you got the browns and the goldens and all that sort of stuff running around. A big thank you to Mr. Crap Monkey 99. He actually did a video response for me, and you know, just kind of gave me an idea of what kind of color scheme he wants me to do, how he's done it, you know, a history behind the whole color scheme and why he thought of this. This beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Thank you very much for that. And then, you know, there's a people who know Photoshop, so I'm not that good in Photoshop, but I mean, Cam, thank you very much for this. This thing actually looks really beautiful. It's one of my favorites. Another thing, something similar to that, is Akuman. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Again, absolutely beautiful. Really great color scheme. Another one of my favorites. It does look very similar to the F91 a little bit. I think it's mainly the, you know, the blue and the white of how the color scheme on the legs is. That's what's reminding me of that. But it is unique enough, different enough for a repaint. I think this looks really nice. Another one of my favorite ones. And then, you know, there's a couple of other guys as well that did this. You know, so this guy is Mr. Well, I don't want to say your name out, but Sridsar? I think that's how you pronounce it. Basically wanted me to connect it into Heavy Arms, I think it was. So that's another very nice looking Gundam. Very nice. Also, we had XK4IT0. He didn't do actually a whole color scheme, but he's put dots in there. So, for example, this part would be yellow, this part would be black, this part would be black, gray, and all that sort of stuff. So this is another interesting. So, I mean, you know, honestly, I was not expecting this. So thank you very much for this. Really appreciate it. Now, in terms of what I am going to do, I'm a little lost. Honestly, I'm a little lost. I don't know what's the best thing that I'm going to work on. I know there's a couple of people who said go, for example, with the original EW colors, for example, Prolon 2. Thank you very much for that one. But I was actually trying to see if I could move away from the anime series and just kind of come up with something brand new. So, you know, something like this could work, or the winter scheme, or something like this, you know, even the desert scheme. My personal opinion, I think it would be one of these guys, for example, if I went for a winter scheme. Or one of these guys if I went for a desert scheme. Honestly, I don't know which one I'm going to go for. So let's say, for example, this is choice number 1, choice number 2, choice number 3, choice number 4. Let me know what you guys think as well, and why you'd want me to paint this one. Just leave a comment in the video over here, and I think that should be good enough. Hopefully I'll have some kind of an idea of what I want to do, but again, thank you all very much for sending in all those ideas. Okay, so finally, let's have a look at who the winner is. Now, this thing's been sitting here. I haven't touched it. Let's find out who the winner is. Just pick out one. Ooh, there are two. So let me do that again. There we go. All right. Good luck, everyone. And the winner is Akuman. Congratulations very much, Mr. Akuman. Like I mentioned, send me your address, your telephone number if possible, private message it to me, and I will see if I can get this guy shipped out to you within a couple of days. Alright guys, thank you very much for supporting me on this competition. Thank you for being my friends on YouTube, and here's looking to a lot more videos together. See you guys.